Welcome to the Women's Hoop Show. We've got a packed episode for you today as the regular season winds down and the playoff picture starts to heat up. We'll kick things off with the latest game recaps, including some bubble teams fighting for their lives. That is a fact. From there, we're talking spoilers. Which teams already out of contention can still crash the playoff party? Then we'll get into our deep dive segments. The front runners for most improved player and most improved franchise? Question mark. Which players are primed to make the leap from regular season to playoffs and change the postseason landscape? Later, we'll take a trip down memory lane in our Hoop Roots segment, breaking down the history of triple doubles in the WNBA. And of course, we'll close things out with Sending Flowers presented by Cash App, where we give props to the players and people around the league who deserve their flowers right now. So stick with us. It's a loaded episode and you don't want to miss anything. Let's get into it. Sheryl Swoopes!
What up, Jordan?
Okay, so remember how last time, everybody, we were talking about if you're listening to this audio only, now you need to run to YouTube. It's because our shirts, we have merch, people. And it looks so good.
Yeah,
We're showing it off right now. Here we go. It says Women's
These are
Hoop.
gorgeous. They're beautiful.
They are so fun, so soft, so comfortable. We have t-shirts. We have hoodies. We have hats. We have all the things that you need. It's starting to get fall, you know? Well, it's like a bajillion degrees here in LA, but I'm thinking
like, fall
of
for
times.
who?
I'm thinking of the future where we can be in hoodies again. And you need these crazy, comfortable women's hoops hoodies. So, yeah, do you love your shirt, Sheryl?
I love.
So it looks great.
And so here's my question. What are the colors? Like, I love this color. I love your purple.
Mm-hmm.
What are the colors?
We got purple. We got the cream. We really wanted the pink to pop.
Yeah.
And then
really
we're not wearing it right now, but one of my favorite things is a Hoop Roots shirt. And it is so cute. It has flowers and a basketball because it's like, get to know your roots, because that's what we're all about here.
I love
on the
that.
show.
And I know your creative mind had a lot to do with this. I'm being serious because that's what you do. Like, your mind is all over the place.
Thank you. I am very creative and I also shop a lot, which both of us do. So I knew what I wanted and what people would be wanting to buy. Yeah, I'm throwing you in there too. Yes.
Don't put me in that. Yeah, I do. I love them. When I got it in the mail and I opened it up, it was like I'm like a kid on Christmas morning when you wake up and open your packages. So like I knew something was coming, but I didn't know what it was exactly. All I know is that I was asked for my size, right? And then when I opened it up, I was like, oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. So thank you.
That makes it
adorable.
Extra fun. Yeah. And the thing is, though, you got to get them. You got to hurry up and get them. The pre-sale ends. It's only live until September 16th. So make sure to go to shopwomen'shoops.com right now so you can grab yours, grab your size, whatever color you want, and just rep the game. That's what we're all about, because we want to shout out women's hoops, and that's what we have to do. And that's what we're here to do. So I love it. We have merch. We're official.
I love it too.
Something else I love, besides our wonderful merch, is the recent games. They have been good because there's a lot riding on every game so far. And that has made it fun because the stakes are so high. Let's start with, since our last recording, it was a big game between the Las Vegas Aces and the Atlanta Dream. That was on last Wednesday. And this was a big game because it was who was for sure going to get that second spot, kind of break the tie break. And it was like, okay, is this winning streak for the Aces the real deal? Is it, this is going to be someone that is a huge contender? And Cheryl, it is the real deal. They are still on their winning streak. And to get Atlanta and secure a playoff spot, secure that second spot, the Aces are real. Can you believe this?
Here's what I here's what I can't believe, right? How in the beginning, all of us, we were all talking about what in the world is going on with the Aces. And to see them sitting in that second spot right now, I don't think I saw that coming. Did I think they could still make the playoffs? Yeah, but I don't know. They just weren't playing very well. I'll tell you, it's not from her numbers, but I really think when they brought an Alyssa Smith over, and I know we're talking about Asia, rightfully so, because
Yeah,
but Asia's been playing well from the beginning of the
absolutely.
season. It's just the team wasn't. But I really felt like or feel like the addition of Alyssa Smith, she brings something to this team that was missing. Right?
Hmm.
And Alyssa's not a 5. She's a true 4 to me. But I think her ability to just she can play inside, she can play outside, but she brings a little dog to her, right? Or maybe a big
Hmm.
dog, I don't know. That I really feel like was missing, especially at her role, at her position, but I don't know. They have found it. Yeah, Asia is Asiaing. But
Hmm.
everybody else, I think you can see the confidence back, right? Which is what
Yes.
they've had for the past 3 seasons when they were winning. The confidence is back. They're starting to get their little swag back like, "Oh, we heard y'all talking all that noise about the Aces,
Yeah,
but don't count us out." They are for real. Yes, they
they
are.
are for real.
Mhm.
And it is, I mean, we can talk about it, especially when we talk about teams who could play spoiler, but since then they've also gotten a win over Chicago, and they play Chicago 2 more times. And there is a possibility that I'm saying this. We are recording this on Monday, September 1st. The Aces could not lose another game for the rest of the season. And that would be a complete 180 turnaround since before All-Star break. They have the best winning percentage since All-Star. They have just really turned things around. And they have a favorable schedule to end this season to just keep that confidence and that momentum going into the playoffs. But on the other side of that is Atlanta. And I want to ask you this because Atlanta is still having a great season and they're still in that third spot right now. But these close games
Mm.
recently, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but finishing close games has been a little bit of their Achilles heel. And I feel like it may be shot selection, time management. Maybe it's because Jordan Canada isn't out there recently to just kind of get
Yeah.
everybody set. But have
Yeah.
you also noticed that? I feel like just a couple, I'm like, why did you take that shot? Why did you go so
Yes.
early? Like,
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thought I
And
wasn't in that alone.
no, no, no. And I think it's all of that. I think it's a combination of all of that, like
Hmm.
time management. And one of the biggest things that I have noticed to your point, I'm like, dang, like y'all are up, you're up by 7, you're up by 8. Like, one, it was a bad shot, but two, you didn't really need that shot. And three, run some time off the shot clock.
Hmm.
Make the
Hmm.
other team defend you, and especially when you have the lead. I do think not having Jordan Canada in the lineup right now, I think it's putting them in a position to where they don't really have anybody in at that particular moment to just settle everybody down. And
Mhm.
as a point guard, that's your job to time management, to look at the clock, time and score, and making sure players are in the right position, but also making sure you're running the right play, right? I think when you put Pow Pow in the game and you're having her run point as a rookie, right? You're putting her in a tough position.
Yeah.
So when she is in, then you got to have Alicia Gray or Ryan Howard handle the ball more and kind of take control over the offense, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um I still like this Atlanta Dream Team, but to your point, getting ready to head into playoffs, you want to be doing what the Aces are doing, right? You want to be playing your best basketball right now. And I don't know if Atlanta's doing that right now.
Can the Atlanta Dream make a deep run in the playoffs without Jordan Canada?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That
And
I
it's
all
not
the
to take any
confidence. I
yeah, it's not
know.
to take anything away from everybody else, right?
Right.
Jordan Jordan having a real true point guard that just knows the game, it makes everybody else comfortable. It makes everybody else confident. And because to me, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, um, everybody, but those two in particular, they play better to me when Jordan Canada's on the floor because
Mhm.
she makes them comfortable. She makes them
Mhm.
confident. She knows what plays to run. She knows when and where to get the ball to whom and where. Um, Not to take anything away from anybody else, but I don't think so. No, unfortunately, I don't.
To your point, in that Aces loss, Ryan Howard had 19 points, Bree Jones had 19 points, Alicia Gray had 15, Naz Hillman came in with a career high 15 rebounds. So they have it spread out, but I think it's just, and I'm so biased because I believe a point guard is the one of the most important positions on the
For
floor.
sure.
But there has
No doubt.
definitely been a when JC's on the floor and when JC's not on the floor. And I think Atlanta need her to make a deep run. So I totally agree with that.
Mhm.
Um, but another game that I really want to get your thoughts on is Thursday's game, Seattle defeating the Minnesota Lynx 93-79.
Yeah. Yeah, they beat them. They beat them.
They beat them on their home floor. And here's the thing: the Seattle Storm is one of the few teams who have been able to defeat Minnesota twice. The Dream is the other team, but to have that confidence, even though we have talked so much about the inconsistencies of Seattle,
Yeah.
to be able to get this win at this point, I think was so huge for the Seattle Storm. Skylar Diggins was out of this world. 23 points, 19 of them coming in the second half. NECA had 12 and 9. Gabby Williams put in 16 points. This is like the best case scenario for the Seattle Storm. This is when they show, yes, we deserve to be in the playoffs, and this is how we should have been playing for so many of our losses. But what were your takeaways from that game?
Okay, so I got a lot. I got a lot. First of all, shame on you, Minnesota. Like how do you let them come back from what were they down?
Mm-hmm.
21. Seattle was down by 21 on your
Mm-hmm.
home court
Mm-hmm.
and you let them come back and take the game from you? That's the first thing. Like that can't happen. You're getting ready for the playoffs. You get a team down by 21, a team who is still fighting to make the playoffs, right? Cuz Seattle's
Yeah.
not they're not in the playoffs yet. That's the first thing. Second thing, I love the pettiness. I love the pettiness. And I'm not I'm not talking about Skylar talking all of her trash to the bench and all the things, because that's what Skylar's gonna do. I'm talking about Courtney Williams' dad coming for Seattle on social media. He didn't say a
Oh
word.
God.
What
Wait, I
was it?
didn't
It was,
see this.
oh
I
my
didn't
God.
even see
Okay.
this.
So he didn't say anything. It was like some music playing in the background, right? And he's just snapping his finger. And what it said was the nerve or the audacity or something like that um to talk smack to a bench or curse out a bench or whatever it was when you're still trying to make the playoffs.
Oh.
He
Oh.
did. He did.
I mean, Skylar doing the electric slide after the win was just
I mean,
diabolical. I love
it was.
it.
I just said I'm here for the pettiness because that's petty Skylar. And
Yes.
here's the third thing, and you said this because I stalk you on social media. I need for Skylar Diggins for the rest of the season and playoffs, if they make it. I need messy bun Skylar. It's not even a bun. I don't know what that is. I need messy hair Skylar because it's not a
Messy hair
bun.
Skylar.
That's what I need. That's what Seattle needs.
She's a maniac when she doesn't
When
slick
the hair is
down
like that. Yes.
her bun.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm so glad you brought this up because you know me and you know my hair stats and how I
Give
love
them
to
to
deep
me.
dive
Give them to me.
into hair stats. If you guys are missing this, I posted a video saying non-slick back bun Skylar is a menace, and it seems like every time she does not have gel on her hair that she goes crazy. Like
Yeah.
either for points, there's a technical in those games. And so after I said that and everyone agreed with me, I went and did some research. And I said, is
Mhm.
this right? Does this match up with what we're feeling? And majority of the games she has a low slick back bun, even her highest scoring game. So it's not necessarily with points. But I did find that 3 out of the 4 games that they have played Minnesota, she's messy bun Skylar. So I think
Was it
it's
just Minnesota, you're saying?
I think it's Minnesota. I think she has a personal
Interesting.
gripe with Minnesota. And in all of those games where she's had a messy bun, played the Lynx, there's been technicals. So there
Wow.
is a correlation between Lynx, messy bun Skylar, and technical fouls. I don't know how she didn't get a technical as she was totally taunting the bench and
Girl.
totally cussing directly at them. But Cheryl Reeve got the technical. But still, almost all of the games where Messy Bun is involved, there's a tech. Even in
It's a
early
messy game.
August against the Sparks, she got a tech while on the bench. Like she's just it's a mental thing when the hair is not done, and they need that energy for the rest of the
Yes.
season and the postseason. To your point,
Yes.
so that
I
is my hair
mean,
theory for the day.
yeah, that's real interesting. When her hair is like that, and I agree with you. It's not so much about the scoring, but it's everything else that comes with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her
Mm-hmm.
her when she wears her hair like that, her game is like her hair looks crazy.
Yes.
The hair is just like there. But I'm so here for it. I absolutely love it. I love it. But what
It's
a
what they
comeback.
need.
It
What
is. Yes.
a comeback.
Yes.
So your point, Minnesota shouldn't have allowed the comeback, but for Seattle to
No.
dig deep and make that type of comeback, it was very much a statement. And how do you keep this? I also I'm like, Minnesota, you do not want to see Seattle in the first round. They kind of have your number. So right now,
Mm-mm.
as of today, Seattle is sitting at 7. So they would miss them for that first round, but Seattle could drop to 8th. Like it could be there with Minnesota in that front spot at number 1. I don't think Minnesota wants to see Seattle. I don't. That would be a
Jordan,
really good playoff series, though.
listen,
My
some
God.
teams just have your number, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not even about the record, none of that. Some teams just have your number. And to your point, Seattle has Minnesota's number. So, no, Minnesota, you don't want to see Seattle in the first round. But
Mhm.
the other thing I want to add to that is Seattle, you need to take care of business.
Yeah.
Like the inconsistencies that we've talked about before, like it's time to be consistent. Like this is
Yeah.
it. I mean, this is it. Like you can't get all excited and Messy Bun Skylar show up just for Minnesota, right? Like
Mhm. Mhm.
it's got to be that way for every game. So I don't know.
Yes.
I know we're talking about it. I I don't know.
I know.
I'd have to look at Seattle's schedule, right, to see who they have left, but
That's exactly
oh,
what I did because I wanted to see who they have coming up. So later on today, we're recording this on Monday, they play the Sparks. Then they have the Liberty,
mm,
who Liberty.
mm.
Um
Yeah, like yeah, let's talk about them too. But go ahead.
and then they have the Valkyries. Those are the teams that they have remaining. So they
Mm.
could, if this Seattle Storm team shows up, the team that just beat the Lynx,
The second
Messy
half.
Bun Skylar and
The second
her
half
crew,
Seattle Storm team.
second half Seattle
Mhm.
Storm team,
Mhm.
they could win out. They could totally win out. So that's a question. That is a question that I have for them because there are some hungry teams at that bottom trying to fight for their way. Um yeah. Only 4 teams have clinched and we have like what, 2 weeks left of the season?
Yeah.
Only 4 teams
Yeah.
are for
Yeah.
sure in the playoffs and their spots are secure.
Mhm.
So, whew,
Mhm.
um quick thoughts on the last game we wanted to cover. Phoenix defeating the Liberty 80-63.
Of course they did.
Ugh. Ka 22 points. She hit 5 threes. Alyssa Thomas, we'll talk so much about her more later in the show. 14 points, 9 assists. Satu had 14 points. Sabrina was out for New York. Emma Mieseman was the leading scorer with 17 points. Ooh, that didn't look good. That didn't look good for the Liberty.
They're
Not even a little bit.
they're going the wrong way.
They are.
Like I know Sabrina is dealing with some type of an injury right now. Tosh, her nose.
Yeah, she has a mask.
Jonquel, I think, was ill or something. Listen, there's nothing you can do about injuries or when someone's sick. It's just the timing of it just sucks, right? Stewie was out. You finally get her back, which is great. Heading into playoffs, you want everybody playing their best, everybody playing together. And now it's like Sabrina's out, Tasha's out, Jonquel's out. Y'all ain't got time
Yeah,
for this. But
we ain't got
you
time.
have time for this. But the other thing, um, I mean, Phoenix is like, I don't care who y'all got. I don't care who's
Yeah.
playing. I don't care who's not playing. We gonna do us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I I think this Phoenix team is gonna make some noise in the playoffs.
I
I do.
think so too.
I really do. And I,
Talk
I
about
think,
going the right way. They're on a
yeah,
4-game winning streak right
yeah,
now. And
yeah,
they're clicking. And what we talked about weeks ago is Ka. Is
yes,
Ka.
yes.
And that's what they needed at the right time. She had her birthday game. She had another great game this past game. And this is the Kalia Copper that they needed to really just like get over the hump or to defeat teams like the Liberty.
Yep.
And now they're sitting ahead of them at 4. New York Liberty's at 5. And they're only 3 games ahead of the Golden State Valkyries. That's where the
That's who we
Liberty
need
is.
to be talking about.
That's where the Liberty are at. Oh, but I
Mm.
will say this. I will say this about the Liberty because I just did Sarah Spain's podcast, Good Game. And, you know, I expressed all these feelings about the Liberty. And she said that I want to know if you agree with that maybe we're forgetting how great a fully healthy Liberty can be. Like when everybody was there and they were clicking on all cylinders at the beginning of the season, have we forgotten that because we haven't seen that in so long, really since that point? So if that connects and everybody's healthy and well in the postseason, are they going to be like, okay, this is how we do things? But I think they're just digging themselves in a little bit of a hole to have to
Yeah, listen, no,
reemerge
I
as that.
I don't know what y'all have forgotten, but I ain't forget that. Because here's the thing, Jordan, she's 100% correct. A fully loaded, healthy New York Liberty squad is good.
Yeah.
And I'm talking before adding Emma Mieseman. Because to me, Emma Mieseman almost, almost guarantees them another championship.
Mm.
If everybody's healthy. My point right
Mhm.
now is, just stuff that I've read because I haven't talked to anyone or heard, like Sabrina dealing with some toe or foot injury right now, like that's just bad timing. Because yeah, I'm sure whatever it is, she's going to come back and play, but that
Yeah.
nagging injury doesn't allow you to be your best self, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Tosh dealing with whatever with her nose, if she has to play with a mask, how does that change how she plays? I mean, Sue Bird was one of the best to be able to play with a mask and not skip a beat,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So how does that change? And then
Mhm.
Jonquil with, an illness or whatever. It's just the timing of all these little nagging injuries for New York that just absolutely sucks. But no,
Yeah.
I have not forgotten about how very good a fully loaded, healthy New York Liberty team is.
I love
So
it.
let's hope that they can get back there. It's just so
Fingers
crazy
crossed.
to see them, being at the top of the standings all season long, and now they haven't even clinched a playoff spot yet, which is
It's
crazy to think
really,
about.
really wild. Really
Yeah,
wild.
it's crazy
All
to think
right.
about.
First round of the playoffs start September 14th. Um, this is gonna be so good. And one quick thing on the spoiler: Connecticut Sun, you are making things so fun and so interesting by coming in and just shaking shit up
Mhm.
because you have nothing to lose. Feel like the Mystics were kind of doing that a few weeks ago. Chicago beating the Liberty
But see, and I think
last
Chicago's
week.
doing the same thing still.
Yeah,
And Jordan, to
yeah.
me, that's the thing. It's not so much about like the teams who are already in the playoffs are fighting to make the playoffs. To me, it's the Connecticut Sun, the Chicago Sky, even the Mystics. Their game against the Sparks yesterday, I thought they fought, they played well.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I think and this is me as a former player. And I was never really in this position because we were always in the playoffs. But if I was a player and we weren't in the playoffs, I'm still gonna play because I feel some type of way that y'all are still playing and y'all made the playoffs and we didn't. So if I have an opportunity to be that spoiler and be like, nah, we ain't make it, so I don't want y'all to make it either. I'm coming to play. here's kind of here's here's the other part of it, right? I also think that it depends on the team, right?
Mhm.
Because if I'm Connecticut or Chicago or any of these teams, if I have more friends on a certain team that I really like and I want to see them in the playoffs, I'm gonna be like, all right, we're gonna play, but we really ain't trying to beat y'all because I want you to be in the playoffs.
I think it's Connecticut saying, "Let's just not be last. Like, let's just not be in
Well,
last place in the standings.
girl,
Like, that will just make us feel better." Uh, Connecticut is now 11th. They got 10 wins on the
I see.
season.
I
Like
see.
Dallas Wings, they said, "Please, Dallas is worse than us. They can be
Girl.
last, just not us." And I think they've taken that personally, and they have, yeah, fully been playing because they're like, "Well, we just got games left on the schedule. Let's go and ball out, get our averages up, not be in last place." And that's exactly what they've been doing. And it's been entertaining
Yeah.
because if you did just kind of roll over and say, "Well, we're out of the playoffs, let's give up," then these games kind of towards the end, people would come in and just be like, "Okay, it's a win against
Yes.
Connecticut." And that's
Yes.
not the case at all. And it's been fun to watch Connecticut compete in that way.
Yeah, and people don't
So,
wanna watch if they're not gonna play, right? I'll be like, "I
exactly.
don't wanna watch this."
No,
One
I
thing
don't
before we move
watch.
on, because I'm torn right now. Um, Indiana Fever, do they make the
Yeah.
playoffs?
Mm, they hanging on. They dropped
Mm,
the win against the Sparks was
huge.
huge.
It was
It
huge.
was really big. Like, it was big at
It
the
was
time,
huge.
but now because they lost to the Valkyries last night, made it extra large. So they're
It was
sitting
huge.
at 8, but now that they own the tiebreak for the Sparks, like, that could help them. Um, but they're holding on. They are holding on for dear life. Also, Lexi Hull, god damn, have you seen her black eyes?
Yeah.
Please.
It just
That's
looks
exactly their
painful.
season. That is their
It looks
season in a
right?
nutshell.
It just looks painful. Like, I just wanna hand her some ice bags or something and just say, "Just sit them." It
Oof.
just looks painful.
Ooh.
Um, I think it was Candace Parker. I heard her say that Aerial Powers is the 17th player
Mhm.
to put on a Fever jersey this season. Does that
Yeah.
sound right? Yeah.
It does sound right because there are so many hardships, and the Dallas Wings had to sign an extreme hardship, which
Yeah.
I didn't even know was a
Yeah.
thing.
They
Yeah.
just made that
That's
up.
they probably did.
I ain't
But
know
the
it
Fever
existed
have
either, but
had
okay.
so many. They just
My
signed Odyssey
gosh.
Sims to the rest of the
Yeah.
season contract, which is like a week. I don't maybe it's just 9 days left in the season, so they couldn't
Yeah.
sign Odyssey to another 7 day. But yeah, it's bad, but they're trying to hold
No,
on. They're
they are.
trying to hold on.
They are. They're still hooping, but whew.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
okay.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Okay, let's take a break. And then when we come back, we are going to talk most improved conversation, which I'm really excited about. We have some great players that can be in that conversation. So stick with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Women's Hoop Show. And we are recording this on Labor Day weekend. And I feel like the theme is we wanted to highlight some players who've been putting in the work. They have been working hard all season to either improve their game, help their team get more W's, and there's quite a few of those players. I think the most improved player award conversation has been just as interesting as like the MVP conversation. There's so many players that could be listed in this group. But I want to start with Sheryl, what do you imagine or how would you describe a most improved player?
Well, when I think about most improved player, obviously it's about her individual performance, right? From one season to the next. But also how did you or are you impacting your team?
Mm-hmm.
As much as you, and I know it's an individual award, just like MVP, but as much as people look at you individually and what you how you've changed your game, and is that in one statistical that word category? Is it in two? Is it in three? So as much as we look at that, I also look at how has your the improvement of your game impacted your team.
Mm-hmm.
And this year in particular, I agree with you. I think there are several players that deserve to be in that conversation. But to me, there's one player in particular that, for a lot of reasons, should be hands down the winner. Hands down.
Yes. Who is it? Who is it? Tell us.
Veronica Burton.
Yes.
And to me,
Oh.
here's why I say V. I love V's game. It's so for a player, it's great to finally be in an organization where you're getting to play, first of all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing significant minutes. And listen, this is an expansion team that is sitting in sixth place right now in the playoffs. There is no, Jordan, this is just my opinion. I feel like I have to say that every time I say something. Like there's no like standout star on this team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Hayes, I would say, is probably the one player. But if you're not like a real true, I love women's hoops, WNBA fan, you probably can't name two players on this team.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I will say Veronica Burton has this team sitting in sixth place in the playoffs, and her numbers are so much better than her entire season in WNBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And the impact. When you talk about
yes,
impact, like when
yes,
she plays well, her team is
yes,
on go. Like
yes.
they win. And that
And when she
is
doesn't play well,
yes.
they don't look very good.
Right. Right.
To me, that's why I say she should be hands down the winner of MIP.
I agree. Her assists, she has 5 more assists. Her points are up, career high in efficiency, multiple 10 plus assists, 0 turnover games, which
Mhm.
has been like she's been making history in
Yep.
that category and is referred to as the heartbeat of this team. And I was just watching her the other night, and it was exactly what you said, to be at a place where all of your skills and everything that you can bring to a team is on full display. She can play defense in a really great,
Mhm.
structured Natalie
Mhm.
Nakase defensive scheme. She is handling the point. She has the offense under control. Then, when she calls her own number, she's able to show off her long range. And then she's able to drive to the basket. And so it just feels like it's been a best kept secret of the
Yes.
WNBA. Like you've
Yes.
been able to do this whole time. And we're not saying that you just magically got all these skills.
Yep.
You have been able to do it, but now you've been able to show it off. And that's what I think should be in consideration for that most improved conversation, to your point.
100%.
Another player, if I can throw out, another player who I think is in MVP conversations, but she's probably not going to win the MVP, then how can we kind of reframe it to a most improved player of the year? And that would be Alicia Gray. Like what
No
she
doubt.
has been able to do from season to season and have career highs across the board. It's a little bit like what I was just saying about V. She's in a system where she's thriving and able to, yes, oh, it's great, you're an all-star. Okay, we see you. Now it's like, no, you're going to get MVP votes. And also, when we look from season to season, you have made leaps from last season to now. So I think Alicia Gray, and for her team to be, at one point we're the second seed, now they're sitting in third, but have a complete different season than last year as a dream. That's another name that I would throw into that conversation.
Oh, I would too. I wouldn't count her out. Like I said, there are several players that I think deserve to be in this conversation. I would throw, to me, Alicia Gray is for sure in the MVP conversation. I don't think she'll win it, but she's in that conversation. Um, I, I would throw in Azure Stevens
Yeah.
in the most improved player as well. I love what she's been able to do with the Sparks, playing inside out, her scoring's up, her rebounding's up. When I look at, to me, when I look at all the players that I think should be in that category, I just I don't feel like any player has had the jump or the impact on their team that Veronica Burton is having so far this season.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to argue with.
Yeah.
Like they're just doing
Yeah.
so well. And she is the main part of that.
And Jordan, I think
I agree
also
with
for
you.
me, and this shouldn't really matter, I won't get her height right, but I also think because she's 5, I don't know, what, 5'5", 6?
Yeah, right. She might be a little. Let's give her 5'7". Let's give her 5'7".
5'6.5". No, I just think that because of, her position and her size, but she plays way bigger than that. To me, that's just even more exciting to watch all the things that she's able to do on both ends of the floor. And you said that, right? It's not just the offense, it's the defense. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Veronica Burton.
I wanted to look through some of the past winners and if that impact, like all the things that we're saying, if that still checks off. 2024, Dejanay Carrington for the Connecticut Sun, for sure. Her impact, her number, her minutes on the defensive end, on the offensive end, everything went up. And that was why Connecticut was having a good season. Dejanay Carrington. Satu Sabli in 2023 was a little how can I say, spicy, because she was injured the year before. So how is that kind of most improved? People had some things to say. But again, Dallas Wings were doing well because she was doing well. Jackie Young in 2022, Bree Jones in 2021, Benijah Laney in 2020. So I just feel like when we look at those type of players and the careers that they're having now, this tracks. Veronica Burton, after this season, I think we can all say the rest of her career, it will look different than how the first half of her career looked.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very important when we talk about that most improved award winner. I love it. Okay. This whole award season is going to be so interesting.
It is.
Man.
It is.
Oh, my
goodness. It's
goodness.
going to be really interesting.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's take another break. Let's pay some bills. And then when we come back, we're doing Hoop Roots and we're talking triple doubles. Welcome back to the Women's Hoop Show. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Hoop Roots.
First time in WNBA history, someone has
I love Hoop Roots. And I also love when it connects to the legend that we have with us today in Sheryl Swoopes. So
Aw,
here is my thought process for this, because
okay.
we know that Alyssa Thomas is having an outstanding season with these triple doubles. And it is, I can't even explain it. Like, it has been so amazing to see her continue game after game, have nearly averaging a triple double. And then I was like, well, I know who had the very first triple double in the WNBA history. And that would be Sheryl Swoopes. You had the very first triple double July 27th, 1999.
Wow.
14 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. Your Comets defeated the Detroit Shock 85-46.
Ooh,
Really
ouch.
boot to butt there. That was
Ooh,
a huge reason why.
ooh.
But what I wanted to ask, because it took a couple seasons for there to be a triple double, and now I feel like we're just thinking they grow on trees because of Alyssa Thomas. But
Mm.
what was that reaction when you did finally get that first triple double in WNBA history?
Um, you know the thing, Jordan, and I think I can speak for every player. Like you don't go into a game saying, I'm gonna get a triple double tonight. And I'm so glad you said what you said about Alyssa Thomas because she makes it look so easy. Like, it's like that shit's hard. It's hard. And I I really honestly don't even remember like what I was thinking. I just remember when I came out of the game or when the game was over that I was told that I had a triple double. And honestly, I was like, damn, really? No, I was like I really did that because again, it's it's hard to do, period. I don't care if that's NBA, WNBA, whatever, whoever, like that's really hard to do. And so, in order to make that happen, like you got to be on your game in a lot of different categories. But
Mhm.
also, your teammates got to be on their game too, especially if you're getting it with assists. And to me, what like that was impressive, me being the first and all that. But what Alyssa Thomas is doing right now today in the league against this competition and this talent, like y'all got to put some respect on her name.
Yeah.
Triple doubles
Yes.
are not easy to come by, and she does it with ease, game in and game out.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, every time I
And
go and look at the stats from their game or whatever, I'm like, "All right, let me see what she did tonight. Triple double again?" Like, I don't know.
exactly.
Uh, it's crazy. It's just crazy to think about what she's doing.
And let's put it in perspective too, because, by the numbers, it is a sheer gap between her and everyone else. And we've talked about this
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Alyssa Thomas has 17 career triple
Mm,
doubles,
mm, mm,
13
mm.
in the regular season, 4 in the postseason. By the way, Sheryl, you are also the first to have one in the playoffs in 2005. So
Pew, pew, pew,
you're just
pew.
you all in there. I just got to put that out there. But, she has 7 this season.
Yeah.
The next person has 4 for their entire career. And I also looked at this from a comparison of, which I don't typically do. I don't usually talk about the men and the NBA. And I don't really like to compare the two. But Russell Westbrook, when he averaged a triple-double and when he had 42, I believe, I got it pulled up, 42 triple-doubles out of 81 games, which is just crazy to do, right? Over half of the games he had a triple-double. He was MVP. No one doubted that what he was doing was hard and it was impressive and it was deserving of the MVP award. And he had other competition. Other people were the, highest scoring and all of that. So I just feel like this is a clear case for an Alyssa Thomas MVP award, because when someone on the NBA did it, when they have more time in their games, let me just throw that out there.
No doubt.
They have more games. They have more time in their games. And when he was doing that, he won MVP in 2017. So now Alyssa Thomas has had triple doubles so far, and about 35% of her games have been triple doubles. When you compare the two seasons, it is not easy and it is very impressive. And so I don't know. I don't know if she is going to win the MVP, but I want us to really put in perspective how hard this is to do and how MVP worthy this performance is.
Thank you. So can I add a little bit extra to this? Because
Please.
Us saying these things about Alyssa Thomas, or myself saying these things about Alyssa Thomas, is not to take anything away from Asia, because you know how I feel about my girl Asia. Not to take anything away from Fee, because I think Fee's having a hell of a season. Y'all, it is time. I ain't even saying us, because I've been respecting her, but I'll say us. It is time for us to put the respect on Alyssa Thomas's name and game, like we do Asia, like we do Fee, like we do Stewie. Y'all. So as of August 27th, and this is the last time I looked it up, there have been 47 triple doubles in the WNBA. Alyssa Thomas, correct me if I'm wrong, has 22 of those.
She has 17.
She has 17 out of the 47?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought I read 22 somewhere. But anyway, even 17, y'all, like.
That's crazy. It's wild.
And here's the other part that I don't think we're remembering or thinking about. She's doing this with 2 torn labrums.
I know.
2.
Somehow
not one,
that's still
but 2.
an afterthought. But she can't lift her arms fully up.
Jordan,
That's
and she's
insane.
also doing this by defending or guarding all 5 positions. Because she'll guard the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. Here's the last thing I want to add. I know we're talking about triple doubles, but we got onto the MVP conversation. Because you're good at this, so correct me again.
Okay.
I believe Phoenix lost everyone but 2 players. Natasha Mack and Kalia Copper.
Yes.
Everybody else on this team is new. You lost Diana Taurasi, you lost Brittany Griner. I bring those 2 up because they were a big part of Phoenix's offense and everything that they were doing.
Yes.
Phoenix is not in the playoffs without Alyssa Thomas. Not even close. So for people that say MVPs, because to me, that's an individual award. So you should really look at a player's individual performance, their stats, all the things. Yes, you also look at the impact they're having on their team. But a lot of people say, well, MVP should be based off of team record. People say that a lot. I don't necessarily agree with that. But if it is, well, then let's look at Phoenix's record with Alyssa Thomas and what she has been able to do for this team this season.
Mm-hmm.
I listen, Asia Wilson is her, will always be her. Fee is her also. But y'all, if what AT, and she didn't just do it this year, she did it last year. If
I
what Alyssa
know.
Thomas is doing is not MVP caliber, then I don't know what is.
I feel it.
Then
I
we've got to
understand.
completely change the definition of what MVP stands for. Most valuable player, most valuable performance. We're talking almost averaging a triple double. She's hold on, 15th in scoring, third in rebounding, first in assists, tied for fourth in steals. I
She's everywhere. She's everywhere.
Yeah, that's I could go on and on and on, but we'd be here all day. That's my spiel. I don't get a vote. If I got a vote, I would vote for Alyssa Thomas for
Mm.
MVP this year. I really would.
Wow. Wow. That's powerful. From one triple double queen to another. That is
Jordan,
again everything what
I
you
just
said.
think I'll say
I
it
agree.
again because I have to, not to take anything away from anybody else, but I just think it's very, very, very disrespectful
Mm-hmm.
that when people are talking about the MVP award, it's Fee and Asia. Rightfully so.
Only.
But
Yeah.
it's very disrespectful to not have a third name in that conversation. And that third name should be Alyssa Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I'll never forget what she said. I believe it was at the end of last season when she said, "No one in the history of the W is going to have a season like this unless
Nope.
I do it again." And
She's
that
right.
was such a strong and bold statement, and I hope that she says it again after this season. And I hate that she is used to the disrespect because it is uncalled for. And you're right. I think the conversations need to shift. And yeah, I said it last episode, I'll say again, I don't have a vote this year, but it's a tough vote. And I hope all of those things are considered when the media and everybody else puts in their votes.
Most of the media picks their favorite. So
yeah,
I just had to put that out there too.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. And it was kind of, the biggest critique was that, and I was a part of this, I feel like, is kind of giving it to Fee very early on, like just pushing that agenda so early that it's like, oh yeah, Fee is the MVP. But there was so much change with the Aces and with AT that like it's a different conversation now than at the beginning of the season. And so that's why awards aren't won at the beginning of the season.
No,
they're won at the end of the season because a lot can happen. So yeah. Okay, that was Hoop Roots. That was fun. That was fun to go back in time to when Sheryl was hooping on people getting triple doubles and was like,
back in time. We went back in time, y'all.
I did do that. I love that. Okay, let's finish up with it's time for Sending Flowers. Sponsored by Cash App. Making money moves should be easy, and that's why there's Cash App. It's fast, safe, and honestly just way more personalized than other apps out there. Sheryl Swoopes, who are you sending your flowers to this week?
Well, I feel like I just did. So I will just repeat it. I am giving my flowers to Alyssa Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I won't go into the long spiel because I just did. I do. I feel like she is so disrespected in this game when it comes to her talent and what she's able to do and how she makes everybody around her better and she makes the team better. And I've heard all the discussions like everyone else, and I know she's heard them. And so I want to take this time, this moment, this day to say, AT, we don't deserve you, what you're able to do. But just know there are those of us out here who see you, we recognize you, we appreciate you, and keep doing what you're doing. So I'm giving my flowers to AT.
I love that. A big bouquet. And I also love that Dewana Bonner is on that team. And if she ain't going to do nothing else, she is going to campaign for her girl. And she
For
has
her
been
boo.
posting
Yes.
nonstop saying what else does she need to do. She is an MVP. So I love that too. She has a
I do
great
too.
campaign manager in Dewana Bonner. That's been fun to see.
And what about you?
You know, I'm gonna go a coach. I'm gonna give my flowers to Sheryl Reeve and how I was just thinking about this of how hard
Okay.
it is, one, to keep a job in the WNBA as a head coach
Facts.
and to be the longest tenured WNBA coach and to have repeated excellence and how it's a little bit like the MVP conversation, how we say, well, yeah, Asia could win it every year. She could have 6. She could have all these things. Sheryl Reeve could also win Coach of the Year so many times. She has the most. She's constantly in first place. She has the standard that has been set, and she could be Coach of the Year almost every single season because of what she's been able to do on a consistent basis. But I don't know if it was just her getting that technical with the Storm game. I'm just like, Sheryl Reeve, never change. You've been there. You've been consistent. You've been a constant in the league and constantly at the top. So I just want to give her some flowers because it's hard to do, especially in this league, and continually get that respect.
I like that. I like that. I
Thank
agree
you.
with that. And I do. I think sometimes Sheryl Reeve been a great example. We take for granted those coaches that have been here from day one and continue to be great at what they do. I love that one. That was a good
I
one.
think we've been talking a lot about the new coaches, which
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yep.
Some have been
Yep.
great,
Yep.
some have been not so great. Cheryl's
Yep.
like, yeah, I'm here. I'm clocking in
You're
every
right.
year,
You're
and you
right.
know what I'm gonna get.
I love
So,
that.
just had to
I
throw
love
that out
that.
there. Thank you. Well, that was Sending
That's
Flowers,
good.
sponsored by Cash App. As you heard me say at the top of the show, new Cash App users can use our code to get free money. Use our code Hoopers. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 right in your account. Thank you, Cash App. And thank you, Sheryl, because this was so fun. And you look great in your women's hoops merch. Show it off one more
Hey.
time.
Yes.
Whoop,
I love
whoop.
this. It's so soft.
Go get
You
your
look great in
shirts.
yours. Yours fits you a little differently than mine, but
I,
you look great in
I
yours.
think it's this color. This color is really, really popping. I'll wear the white
Oh,
one the next episode.
okay.
But
Well,
you
I
look
only have
great. You
one,
look great.
so I guess I won't.
Oh. We'll send you more. We'll send you more. Check them out. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an update. Your support means the world. And if you're feeling generous, leaving a quick rating or review helps more Hoops fans discover the show. And you can now see us on our brand new YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe there. Shoot us an email at women'shoops@odyssey.com to tell us what's on your mind. We want to hear your hottest takes, your burning questions, and all your feelings about all things women's hoops. We just might feature your note on the show. That's women'shoops@odyssey.com. The Women's Hoop Show is an Odyssey original podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson. Today, our co-host was Sheryl Swoopes. Our producer is Phil Sweetek. Our video team is led by Kurt Courtney and includes Tim Meikle, Evan Cox, Allison Jeffrey, and Lauren Vieira. Our executive producers are Greg Holtzman, Asha Saluja, Danny Freisinger, Maddie Sprunkheiser, and Leah Reese-Dennis. And special thanks to Moira Curran and Josephina Francis.